Broadcasting from our studios at Leman Middle School in West Chicago. This is Your Chisme is Say With Me podcast. Your Chisme is Say With Me podcast is brought to you by Leman Volumes.
Hola, Crayolas. Welcome to episode number 2 of Your Chisme Say With Me podcast. This episode is produced by students in the sound production class period number 6. Niñas, you want to introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Joanna.
I'm Nayeli.
I'm Serena.
Nayeli didn't know her name, so it's like I am Nayeli. Later on the podcast, we're going to have an interview with one of the most popular teachers here at Leman, Mrs. Francis. She's talking about friendship also and talking about chismes, their chismes. So that's what we're going to have later on the podcast. Niñas, friendships here at the middle school. Do you guys have a lot of friends?
Some. Not a lot. Enough.
Give me a number. Some will be 2, 3, 20.
I mean, not 3. Like 3 close friends. Close friends is like 5. Mm-hmm. 4.
You have 5 close friends?
Yeah, because from different classes,
2, 1.
One close friend?
One close friend.
Okay, so how do you decide who's going to be your friend? What do you base your friendship into? Like, oh, I think this person can be my friend because...
Personality.
You go by personality?
Like if they have like the same, not vibe, I don't know, that just sounds weird to say vibe, but like if they like, match with you, like they can be yourself around them, because like they like kind of get you, or like they're like they act the same around you, or like whenever they're with anyone else, then it's like, yeah, then you
that could
pick
be your
it.
friend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like someone that won't judge you.
Well, how do you know? I mean, how do you know that they are not going to judge you?
Find out more about them through like other people, their experiences with them.
How about you, Najili?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have friends like that. So,
what do you mean you don't have friends like this?
like, I don't talk to no one like that in school.
You don't talk to anybody?
No.
Really? So you have no friends?
I mean, I do, but like we don't talk like on a daily basis.
Okay, so just let's say they are not friends; they are just people that you know.
Yeah.
So close friends. Do you have any close friends outside the school?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are they your closest friends?
Because I trust them and they're cool.
You trust them and they're cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I've known them for a longer time.
There you go. You guys have friends on social media. But wait a minute. Friends that you don't know. But they are social media friends. Mm-hmm. You do? Yeah. You don't know them in person, but they're friends with you?
Yeah. Well, they're like, I guess not friends, but like you know them, like you a little bit. You start to get to know them.
But you don't know them in person?
No.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that kind of dangerous?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but...
But what?
I'm not giving them my address. I'm just like, they just asked like, oh, how was your day? What did you do today? And I was like, well, it was good. Like, it's nothing personal or anything like that. Mm-hmm. It's not like we're like super close. Just like sometimes once in a while to check up,
And I'm assuming they are all your age, right?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Convincing. Like a year or 2 older.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, be careful with those guys. Oh, girls, whatever it is. It's like those, yeah. No, don't do that.
You're listening to Your Chisme is Safe With Me podcast.
We have Mrs. Francis here with us today. She is one of the most popular teachers around the middle school. It's true. So welcome to...
Thank you for having me.
Your Chisme is Safe With Me podcast.
Safe sound.
Yes. So we always get interrupted by the...
Oh, there it is.
So yeah, what is a chisme for you? You are original from Peru.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm half Peruvian, half Chilean though, but I was born in Peru. Mm-hmm. And then I moved here in the middle of 6th grade.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the middle school's got a special place in my heart.
Okay.
I knew what it was like moving to a whole new country, like the culture and everything. It was a huge shock for me. So just going through that, I can relate with so many students here already. So it's a bit, it's a big thing in my life.
Okay. In Peru, do they have chismes, or do you know what a chisme is? Or is that just more like a Mexican kind of?
No, chisme, yeah, it means the same thing. Like the big gossip and everything. The thing that people talk about all day long and gossip. Yes, I know exactly what that means. Yes.
On the first episode, we're talking about chismes being bad or being good. And I was telling the kids that I like to listen to the chisme. I don't go and tell chismes, but I always like to that. And I have a lot of students coming to me with their chismes.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you do get a lot of students.
I get a lot of chisme. Yes.
Do you like it?
I like that the kids trust me enough to come to me and tell me what's going on with their lives. Do I like it when it's a negative thing and they're spreading more things about other kids? Definitely not. Yeah. You know, I definitely put a stop to that as fast as I can. But I think it's a lot of it's outside of school too, just what's going on with them in their lives. And I love that I get to know them all individually. You know, they all have such different things going on outside of school. Like they're people, you know? So hearing that, I like it. It makes me happy and it makes me get to know them more.
Does that make you chismosa?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Because I take the time, you know, out of my day to be with them instead of just standing on the hallway. Like they come tell me things for the little bit that we have in between classes or in the morning. So yeah, I think it definitely takes a big chismosa to be able to keep all the secrets going on in school.
Exactly. You know, like I was telling you, it's not like I'm going to put you in a podcast or anything like that.
Right. Definitely. I will not expose anyone, you know, chismes are safe with me, but even Mr. Francis will ask me, how do you remember everything that all the kids tell you? And it takes talent.
It takes talent.
Yes, definitely.
I know. Yeah. Sometimes it's like, hold on. Let me think.
Right. It's like, let me get back to that.
It's like a telenovela. It's like sometimes it's like they come with a chapter 2 and a chapter 3. It's like
¿Cuál ven? La Rosa de Guadalupe.
Rosa de Guadalupe.
Yes, it's a different episode every day.
I know.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
It is so cool.
Something new every day. That's how I like to look at it.
So tell us about you. So for somebody who doesn't know you, like from the beginning, you came to the United States in 6th grade.
Sixth grade. Yeah. Yes. And I was a very, very shy, quiet girl. Believe it or not. Yes. And I mean, I'm very close with my family since the beginning. Family to me is everything. So that's what I like to tell the students a lot too. You know, your family is who you're with for the rest of your life. So coming here, I think especially I have a younger brother. So I was closer with him going through this together. You know, it's coming from Peru with very small background, English knowledge. Like I didn't speak much English, and my brother knew no English coming here. So it was definitely a newcomer experience as well. So going through that, it made me stronger and definitely made me grow up a lot faster. So I think I definitely opened up a lot more, probably towards the beginning of high school. I started to really realize what I liked, what I was into, and having 2 different cultures, one in school for the American world and then, Peruvian culture at home. It wasn't like West Chicago that you come here and you feel like you're still in kind of like a mini Mexico because the culture's so strong. It definitely was not like that where I grew up. I was in Northern Virginia and it was not a lot of Hispanics. I think I was the only Hispanic girl there.
Oh, really?
Yes. And there was another Middle Eastern girl and that was it. Everybody else, had a white background. So that was very shocking. I moved here and they couldn't pronounce my last name, my maiden name. So it was just very cultural shocking.
Right.
But yeah.
Okay. And then do you know you wanted to be a teacher?
I did not. I didn't think I wanted to be a teacher, but definitely being a mom helped me realize what I wanted to do too. And I've been teaching now 3 years in the district.
Okay.
And I love it. Best decision I ever made. I adore the school, the students in the school. Like I said, they're all very similar, but very different in their own ways.
Yeah.
So getting to know them and just being with them is so much fun every day. It's different every day. Every day there's something new. It's never a dull moment with them. Especially in the classroom, I teach 2 blocks with 3 different classes in dual LA. So spending time with them really gives me the opportunity to get to know each and every one of them, the shy ones and the loud ones. So I love it. I love being a teacher. I plan on being in West Chicago forever for the rest of my life. So, Mr. Francis and I, we're going to be here forever. So life first.
Where did you meet Mr. Francis? Again, the interruption. Okay, so we are back from the interruption again.
Yes.
So we're talking about, where did you meet Mr. Francis?
I met him in Virginia. He went down there for a job after he graduated college. He was getting his master's.
Okay.
And I was in the undergrad program in school. So it was one of those international history classes. He was a social studies teacher, so he was getting his master's on that. And I met him there. He knew his history. I personally don't like history. So sorry, social studies teachers.
I used to be a social studies teacher.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, me quedo dormida. I can't.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't do it. So, and because he was so good at it, I told myself I need to partner up with this guy because he knows what he's doing and I want to get a good grade in this class. So we met, we became friends really fast. And after the semester was over, he asked me out on a date and we've been together ever since.
There you go.
Yeah, that's it.
That will be another story.
Yeah,
but
that's
that will be another chisme.
Yeah, otra chisme. No, but so then we moved here about, I want to say maybe 9 years ago.
Okay.
So I've been living here in Illinois for 9 years.
In Illinois.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're talking about friends and friendships and everything. Do you have really good, close friends?
I do. Yes. I have my very close group of friends and we all have kids the same age. So it's even stronger of a bond of a friendship because we've been through the same things together. And yeah, I mean, we talk every day, see each other every weekend. So, yeah.
So you have friends here in the area or from one?
Yeah, from here. Here. I met them when I first moved here too. So yeah, it was, we got married. I was the last one to get married. So then we've all had kids around the same time. Our kids are the same age, first and second kids. So we're really close. Yeah. We share everything. We talk about everything. They're my go-to people too. My shoulder to cry on, my people to laugh with. They're everything to me. Yeah.
How was your experience with friends at the middle school?
Middle school was rough, good and rough at the same time. I think obviously coming as a newcomer to the country, it was difficult because there were some friends that I bonded with right away because they were very helpful. They were able to teach me a lot of the language. And again, I was the only Spanish speaking person there. So they took the time. I will never forget. My first friend was Evan Malone because his dad owned a restaurant.
Okay.
So he worked with a lot of Mexicans.
Okay.
Actually, so he knew all the slang and all the bad words. So he tried to work with me and translate with me a lot of things because even the teachers didn't speak Spanish. So going through that, him and I got really close and then I met more friends that way. But, it was going through that and then obviously people making fun of me because you didn't speak English the right way or, you sound different and look different. So all of that was very shocking too. And yeah, and at the same time, you're going through your own personal things of getting to know who you are. Like, what kind of person are you going to be as a middle schooler? So it was a lot of different things growing up. But I think, again, that's what made me the strong, understanding person, especially teaching in middle school. Like, I'm not going to just judge a kid by looking at it because they could be going through so much, you know, you never know. So I think that's one of the things that make me, very loved by the kids because they know that they can come to me. I know a lot of them go through things that I went through. So I think that's the bond that I have with them. Yeah. And they know that. So I try to be as understanding as I can too with them too. Like if they're falling asleep in class or whatever, it's like, there's probably a reason for that. You're not just being flojo. Like I'm sure something's going on at home. So I try to put all those things in my mind too as well, just to remember all those things, So yeah.
They also mentioned fake friends. What's your definition of fake friends?
A fake friend, well, it's either someone who's trying to make you do something that they know it's not the right thing. They're talking about you behind your back. They're super friendly and nice to you to your face, but then they're going around and talking chisme behind you, bad things. And again, someone that would put you in a spot that they know is not the best for you. As a friend, you want friends that want to support you and be there for you and help you be the best person you can be. And if you know that someone out there pushing you to do something you're not supposed to be doing, then they're not your friend. That's the way I see it. And those are the fake ones that have a lot of control over your decisions in your life.
I personally think that in middle school is really hard to recognize fake friends.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like, the peer pressure of like, oh, but maybe it's not so bad, or they don't know. And they're just being influenced by all these kids. Yeah, it's hard.
Do you ever try to be different just to be liked by your friends?
Oh yeah. Yeah. You're trying to fit in. You're trying to fit in and you think you're doing the right thing, that, oh, they like me, I'm being cool. And later on, as you grow up, you realize those were all mistakes. You know? Yeah, definitely.
How do you manage your time to listen to the kids?
It's hard.
It is.
Because they can talk for hours. It's really hard. I mean, like I said, I try to do it early in the morning. I'm out there in my hallway and they come and talk to me. So I try to talk. I mean, they talk so fast too that they can get so much out in like 30 seconds. So that's when we do it. Or in between classes, if I'm out there in the hallway walking them, we walk them to class. But during class, though, I like to give them like a little bit of a mental break too. Like, I'm with them for 80 minutes. You know? So, okay, we're either writing an essay or reading a story. And then I like to, especially if we're reading something, bring them back to them so they can relate to something. So then that's when we kind of like put a gateway into talking about something they've gone through or an experience. And they tell me more about themselves, you know, and they share in the class. Like my room's a very safe, I like to think it's a very safe place where they can talk and share with each other and no one's going to judge them and no one's going to make fun of them, and what stays in the room as far as they share something. So we talk about that. And like even today, it's a Monday morning, we finished SEL and my first block came in and they were very quiet. So I'm like, all right, well, what's going on? And we started talking. My co-teacher's in the room. We're talking with them. Next thing you know, it's been 20 minutes. Like, all right, guys, let's get to class. But they're awake, you know, and then they're more motivated to do work because finally I got their brains going. You know? Sometimes I just got to do that, especially when it comes to reading a book and they're still asleep. It's you got to find that manage the time, controlling the time. Yeah.
Do you do any after school activity? Your school?
Not at school. No.
I hear you like soccer, right?
I do. Yeah. I do. I want to coach soccer one day. Yes. Yeah. With the little kids at home, I got to wait till they're a little older, I think. So I know.
That's what I was talking to Mr. Francis. And he was like, she wants to get on. Like, there was an opportunity, right?
I know. Yeah. And we talked about it. But, you know, with Mr. Francis and us both coming here, we have the same schedule. So someone's got to go pick up the kids. Someone's going to be with the kids at home. So I think once they get older and they don't want to be around me as much, you know.
Did you play? I'm assuming.
I did. I played my whole life. I went to college playing soccer.
Oh, really?
Yes. Had a nice little scholarship to play soccer too.
So you're good at it.
I mean, I don't want to.
Well, you get a scholarship.
But I did get a scholarship. Yeah. I played my brother played. My dad was actually the one in Chile. He played professional.
Oh my.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. So it was nice. And then obviously he moved to Peru and then here. But yeah, soccer has been a huge part of my life.
So your dad is from Chile. Your mom is from Peru.
Yes.
Where in Peru?
Lima.
And we're in Chile.
Santiago.
So the capital.
The capital.
And then your dad moved to
Peru.
Met my mom. When they met your mom.
Yep. And then we lived there till I was in middle school. And then his job transferred him here.
Okay.
And then we moved to Virginia. You know, they're both from the capital, so they went to the capital, DC. They had the option of Atlanta, California, Minnesota, and Virginia.
And they went to Virginia.
They went to Virginia.
Are they still in Virginia?
Yes. My whole family was still there. Yeah.
And you guys moved to Chicago?
Yeah. Well, in Geneva.
Oh, Geneva.
Yeah.
Geneva. But you're like,
but we're here. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Interesting to know.
Yeah, it's home now, though. You know, I've been here long enough where it's home. My kids are here. Yeah, it's home.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know. Especially, like you say, the community here is really... I live in town. So I see kids everywhere.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, it's got to be fun.
Oh, I know. When you go to McDonald's, hey, Mr. Tamayo.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Or I even at the grocery stores, teacher, I saw you at Walmart. Yes. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, great. Yep. I mean, my sweat's great. Nice to see you.
So if you have to tell somebody, a new teacher, a little advice in how to relate to the kids, how to be liked by the kids like you are.
Yeah. I think have an open mind that every kid is different, you know, and you want to give them a chance, an opportunity to get to know all of them. I mean, a lot of them in their mind, if the teacher respects me, I respect them back. And I've had no concerns about any kid disrespecting me. Luckily, I've had that opportunity here at school. So I think just giving them an opportunity to really get to know them and take the time, you know, those first weeks of school is so important to really set, obviously, your classroom management and your boundaries and your roles, but really just that time to really get to know a big part of them. Says a lot because you make that click and that connection with one small thing. Could be soccer. Like even the soccer kids, I have such a strong bond with them because we talk about soccer all the time, you know, and or a new kid who's not from Mexico, he's from Bolivia. So he's like, oh, teacher, you're just like me. We're Hispanic, but we're not Mexican, you know, so there's not a lot of us. So that right there, that's already a strong bond with that student. So it's little things that you have in common or that you used to like when you were a kid and you can still relate to them. And just staying in track with, you know, technology and the TikTok and all the new things.
Right? You have to keep up with them.
Exactly. You have to. Otherwise, you really have no idea what they're talking about and you lose them. I'm sure one day it'll happen to me, but I think...
no, I don't think it will happen to you. No, trust me. No.
You never know. No, but yeah, just those little things, you know, and they love that. So if they know that you have an interest in what they have, they really show a whole new side of them. And they can really be the sweetest, very respectful kids. Yeah. And I've seen it in them. So, you know,
they are.
And you know that, you know that too.
Yeah.
So they can be such sweethearts.
Yeah.
And deep down in their cool form that they like to show themselves, they're just sweet little kids.
I know. So now that was the advice to you, to another adult, another teacher.
Yeah.
How about to a kid? How do they get to try to get to know a teacher too?
I think students shouldn't really give, they shouldn't judge a book by its cover. A lot of students judge a teacher just by looking at them. And I don't think they should do that. I really think they should take the time because it could be a new teacher who's nervous and has the insight. You know, we are, even as adults, we all get nervous, especially in front of a bunch of kids. And, you know, all eyes on you. It's intimidating. It can be scary. So if a teacher doesn't have that extrovert personality, it's going to be really hard for them. So I think just to really give them that time to open up because you spend so much time with these kids, you know, it's like a second home.
Right.
And I think they just need to give them that time to open themselves up because every teacher has that moment, I think, you know, to really relate with them.
Yeah. Is there anything that I didn't ask you to get to know you better? Like the students, the other teachers,
I think my personality shows that I'm a very friendly person, that anyone can come to me and talk to me. Both students and teachers. I've made some really good friendships in the school too, which is great. And the people that I work with. So, nothing. I'm outgoing. So anyone can talk to me. But I think people know that already. So that's good. Yeah.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for having me. Yes. Thank you. This was fun.
Anytime. It is fun.
Yeah, it is fun. I feel like we're in our own studio just making a podcast. So it's great. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kids, let's go on. Go to the next part.
You're listening to Your Chisme is Safe With Me podcast.
Okay, so we are back. So, niñas, what do you think about Mrs. Francis?
It was true. It was nice. Yeah, I agree.
What do you think about her? You know her, right? You like?
Yeah.
Not personally. Not personally, but I've heard good things. And, you know, she's like one of the most known teachers here. So
cool teacher.
Cool teacher.
Around,
So you don't know, you are not in her class?
No.
No, but you hear good things about her.
Yeah.
So good chismes about her.
Yes.
Basically. Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. You are all graders. You're going into the high school. Do you think that you will create new friendships at the high school? That you will lose friendships that you have right now when you go to the high school? It usually happens, okay? Friends that you have forever in middle school totally change when you go to the high school. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Because, I mean, during the summer, you guys stop talking and just that bond breaks.
For sure. I feel like I'm going to lose more friends than gain friends.
Oh, really?
I feel like maybe I won't lose them. I'm going to like lose touch, you know? But like obviously you're going to meet some new people, just like in elementary school when you came here, you like everyone from all the different schools came and you eventually got some, you know, new friends that you had from different schools and like you lost touch with some of your old friends. So I feel like it's going to be like kind of the same concept.
Yeah.
If you have to give an advice to a sixth grader coming into the middle school, how can they make friends, new friends?
Don't go around people who set a bad example for you and like kind of influence you to do bad stuff, because that's when the actual bad stuff starts for you.
Don't chase after them. Like if you see that they're like not really interested or like not talking to you, don't like keep trying to start the conversation after you notice that like, oh, they're not really like that close to you or like they just don't want to talk to you.
One more question before I go, and that just made me think about this one. Have you ever changed yourselves, the way that you act, the way you talk, the way you think, to gain a friend?
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Can you give me just a little example of that?
It was a mistake because now I feel like I'm not myself around them and I have to act like a certain way in front of them in order to not lose them.
Yeah, but like in a better way. Like they would be outgoing towards me and I would like look up to them kind of.
Your role model.
Yeah.
I agree with Nayeli in part because I have some friends that changed like a little bit, and then I noticed that it's better because outgoing or like I behave differently, and then there were some friends in like 6th grade that I just didn't. I changed for a little bit worse, and then I just didn't talk to them, so I could just be back to being myself,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't want to give you the dull advice, but I went through middle school too. Don't ever change. Be yourself, and if they like you like that as a friend, you're good. Totally good. Niñas, thank you very much. That's all what we have for today's second episode of your Chisme Say With Me podcast. We'll see you next time.
Broadcasting from our studios at Leman Middle School in West Chicago, this was Your Chisme is Say With Me podcast. Your Chisme is Say With Me podcast was brought to you by Leman Barrios. Until next time.